guys, I got the request to make a tutorial on how to draw Itachi. This is my first longer tutorial, so have mercy please. Honestly, that drawing and also editing that video cost me some nerves, which was challenging for me. Yeah, let's just say I tried my best, okay? I used this propelling pencil and a normal pencil. Why normal pencil? Cause I like shading with it, okay? Then I used this eraser and a tissue, cause blending with a tissue was just life-changing for me. Now let me explain to you how I draw Itachi. I begin with a circle for the base. Then I add two guidelines, one horizontal and a vertical line. Especially when you're a beginner, it can be really helpful to use those guidelines. I still need them sometimes. By the way, I forgot to mention that we are drawing in the front perspective today. That's also the reason why we are drawing the guidelines like that. I added a third line too. That's really optional, you don't have to. You can also add like 4 or 5 lines or even more. I personally think that we need those guidelines sometimes, so that the face is symmetrical, especially in the front perspective. Then I kinda marked where I wanna draw the eyes. I connect these marks and then have my eye shape. I don't draw his eyes fully cause, as we all know, Itachi's eyes are mostly covered with his hair. What also helps me a lot is to check with 2 fingers if the eyes have the same size. Afterwards I draw a curvy line over the eyes for the headband and a second line at the end of the circle. You see that it could fit perfectly into the circle. After that I sketch 2 vertical lines directly connected to headband and eyes. Now our second guideline is really helpful again, because we are now drawing the center parting of the hair. I don't know how to call it in English, but you'll see what I mean. You can also draw 2 triangles next to the second guideline, because it might be helpful to draw the middle part of the hair, and helpful with drawing the strands which are falling onto his face too. It's so hard for me to explain that stuff, but I do what I can. Adding the eyebrows here. By the way, you can also kinda add some vertical guidelines too, if it helps you. Just so you know how long, for example, the eyebrows should be. Yep, sometimes I struggle with that too. Now I kinda start with Itachi's wrinkles and his upper nose. I mean, the upper part of the nose. I made the lines of the hair a bit longer, added this strand, and changed the eyes and the proportions a bit. Yeah, and at this point, in my opinion, comes the tricky part. Drawing the chin and the nose. I don't know why, but I struggle with it the most. Somewhere on the second guideline is our middle part of the chin. What we do next is we kind of draw a curvy line right to the guideline and repeat that on the other side. The nose is on the lower half of the circle we drew at the beginning. You can again add a line if you want to. I don't know how many times I said guideline or line, but I am a person who needs them. Then we are kind of drawing his cloak. It's a bit higher than his chin, maybe like on the same height as the mouth. We're drawing the mouth, by the way, later. Now comes one of my favorite parts, drawing the hair. What can make this a lot easier is to orientate yourself on your reference, especially when you're drawing Itachi for the first time or as a beginner. On my reference, the left strands of Itachi's hair is kind of covered up, but the strands on the right side are not. I added the right part of the hair later, but I wouldn't recommend, because I, for example, experienced to draw more accurate step by step after I was done with the hair. Just with the same technique we used for nose and eyebrows, I draw the mouth. Right after that I completed the cloak and added the neck. Just on the right side, because the left side is covered up. Last but not least, I add details, for example the symbol on the headband and also the necklace. If you haven't already, you can add the contour of the pupils. And now we're done with the first part of the drawing. Before I begin with shading, I erase the guidelines. First, I make up my mind where the light is coming from. You can Google some examples of how light is influencing a face. If you want to, it could help. Then I grab my propelling pencil or my normal pencil and carefully begin with shading. Just start with shading lightly, because if it's too strong, you'll struggle with erasing some stuff. I should have said that at the beginning of the video, but I'm confusion today, so... The first part I shade is the face, the second one the hair, and then the clothing. As I said, I start lightly and kinda shade in layers, cause I think it's easier to do so. Between the shading part, I sometimes grab my tissue and blend everything up. I normally do this 1 to 2 times, and after I shaded everything, I also took a Q-tip and kinda shaded the details a bit sharper, if you know what I mean. Finally, we are finishing the eyes. I'm not really happy with my result today. I also must say I had a really bad drawing blockage. That's maybe the reason. So I decided to draw his Sharingan. I hope I pronounced it right. For that, I also just copied what I saw on my reference picture. So I kind of make the top of the eyes a bit darker and blend it out so it's lighter on the bottom. You can also add 2 light dots on every eye. I was just too lazy for that. It's even easier if you use such a white pen. I think it's called gel pen, but I might be wrong. And now there's just one step that is left. Contouring everything so it doesn't look blurred. Don't forget to sign your drawing, and now we are done. Oh my god, and I just finished my first tutorial. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Like and subscribe if you want to see more, or write a comment down below. It makes me so happy to read your comments, because after I read them, most of the time I am even more motivated to draw more and to learn more. So I'm really thankful for every single one of you, and yeah, if you have any requests left, let me know and I try to realize them. See you next time, bye bye!